The roar of a bulldozer at dawn shattered the quiet of my lakefront cabin, tearing apart the wooden bridge my late wife Ellie and I had restored as Brenda Walsh, our HOA tyrant, live-streamed her triumph with a smirk that said she owned Pine Lake. I stood in my yard, heartbreaking, watching the last piece of Ellie sink into the water. Until I learned Brenda's own dock sat on state land I could buy, sparking a plan to build a massive memorial dock right in her million-dollar view. That summer in northern Michigan, Brenda's vendetta didn't just destroy my bridge, it handed me the keys to her downfall, built a new legacy for Ellie, and showed a neighborhood how to bury a bully with paperwork and patience. My name's Ethan Cole, a 45-year-old retired architect living at 73 Shoreline Trail, a cozy cabin by Pine Lake where I moved 3 years ago after Ellie died in a wreck that stole my world. I'm a quiet guy. Give me a sketch pad, a coffee, and the lake's ripple, and I'm home. But I keep my bases covered, my permits filed, my memories sacred. That bridge, a 25-foot cedar walk from 1885, was my lifeline to Ellie, its planks sanded by our hands, painted green to match her eyes, where we'd sit at dusk, her laughter mixing with the loons' calls. After she was gone, I'd walk it daily. Her photo in my pocket, feeling her close, the wood worn but solid, legally grandfathered before our HOA ever existed. Pine Lake was a haven. Neighbors like old Judge Clara Hayes waving but letting me grieve, until Brenda rolled in last spring, her silver Tahoe parked crooked, her clipboard a scepter, ready to rule our 28 homes like a dictator. She'd find folks for wrong shutters or lawn chairs, but my bridge? That was her obsession, a symbol of my defiance she couldn't stand. Her need to control blinding her to the legal trap she'd walk into when she raised it. Trouble started the day Brenda marched to my bridge, her heels clicking, squinting like it had spat in her coffee. This eyesore's a hazard, Ethan, she snapped, clipboard raised. Violates HOA Code 5.3. Remove it or face fines. I set my paint can down mid-maintenance. Brenda, this bridge predates your HO by a century, grandfathered, legal sound. Her smile curdled. I'm president now, standards aren't optional. She snapped photos, muttering about liability, handing me a notice that looked like a Word doc gone rogue, threatening action if I didn't comply. I called my buddy Sam Torres, a property lawyer from my college days, who laughed. That bridge is untouchable. Grandfathered means she's got no leg to stand on. I sent Brenda a letter citing legal precedents, thinking it'd end there. But Brenda wasn't playing by rules. She was playing for power, and my bridge was her target, a personal slight she'd crush no matter the cost. She went nuclear, flooding our HOA with emails, letters, even a gate notice, claiming my bridge was a collapse risk that'd bankrupt us with lawsuits. Online, she posted my bridge's photos with captions like "Dangerous structure threatens your home's value," linking to bridge collapse articles, "Big city disasters, not my 25-foot walk." She ran a poll. Should unsafe structures go? 90% said yes, no context given, comments buzzing with fear. My kids walk by that. Brenda fed it, stoking panic about insurance hikes, while I posted its history, its engineer's report, but her narrative drowned me out. Neighbors' waves turning to whispers. Sam's words, grandfathered protection, kept me steady, but Brenda hired her cousin, Ray, a roofer posing as an inspector, whose report screamed imminent failure, demanding emergency demolition. I fired back with my own engineer's certs, but at the HOA meeting, Brenda's PowerPoint. Safety crisis, flashed collapse photos, lawsuit stats, pitting $2,500 to demolish against $4 million in claims. Clara stood, voice like steel. That bridge outlasted the flood of '82 and my 3 husbands. It's sounder than your lies, Brenda. She debunked Ray's creds, Brenda's stats, and my bridge's legal shield. Swaying a vote, 9-6 to keep it, but Brenda's glare, her hissed, "This lake deserves better," promised war. 3 days later, dawn broke with a bulldozer's growl, Ray at the controls. Brenda live streaming, "We're saving Pine Lake," as she waved a fake emergency permit. I ran out, jeans half on. "Stop, you can't do this." Brenda smirked. Vote was advisory. Ethan, safety first. The crack of cedar hit like a punch. Ellie's bridge, our bridge, splintering into the lake. Brenda narrating, "This hazard's gone." Then, cruelly, "His wife's dead. So should this be?" I sank to my knees, grabbing shards. pain raw as the day Ellie died, while Brenda filmed, her voice syrupy, preaching community values. Clara, woken by the noise, recorded it all from her window, Brenda's glee, my grief, her vicious jab, posting it online, HOA Tyrant Rex Widower's Memorial. It exploded, 2 million views, clipboard Brenda trending. Outrage flooding in, neighbors like Nancy and the Garcias texting apologies, the video a knife in Brenda's armor. I sat that night, staring at the lake's empty edge, lost until Clara knocked. Coffee in hand, she doesn't own the water. Ethan, by the lake bed under her dock, build one to block her view. My engineer's brain sparked, grief turning to grit. This wasn't over, it was my move. Clara's idea lit a fire, and I called Sam, who dug into water rights. The state-owned Pine Lake's bed, selling it at $40 per foot. Brenda's 50-foot waterfront, $2,000 to own the mud under her dock. A legal jab to her view. Better yet, Sam found her dock, built in 2020, a $70,000 beast with lights and a gazebo was unpermitted, sitting on state land she'd never paid for. The hypocrisy burned. She'd raised my legal bridge while squatting on stolen water. I filed to buy her lake bed, submitting plans for a 50-foot memorial dock, cedar and oak, with a plaque for Ellie. All legal, engineered to last. Brenda sensed trouble, her posts vague about lakefront schemers, her cameras eyeing my survey gear, but she didn't know my play, buying her views foundation. Sam uncovered more. 20 of 28 lakefront homes had illegal docks. Brenda's the worst, with unpermitted wiring and size violations, fines potentially hitting $90,000. I spent nights poring over state laws, my grief fueling a plan not just to block her view, but to expose her, Ellie's memory my guide, her voice in my head. Outsmart them, Ethan, not outfight. 3 weeks in, Brenda got a state notice about my application, and Clara saw her storm out, letter waving, cursing, what's he up to now? She hired James Vaughn, a $600 an hour lawyer, who filed a protest, calling my purchase retaliatory harassment, but his papers admitted her dock's use, a legal slip proving its illegality. Local reporter Lisa Grant broke the story. Clipboard Brenda's illegal empire, exposing Brenda's past HOA harassment, restraining orders, and dock emails joking, permits? Nobody checks. The article, viral with 5 million views. Shredded Brenda's safety mask, neighbors like Nancy raging. She fined my flagpole while breaking laws. Brenda's flyers, dock of doom, warned my plan would tank values. But Clara and the Garcias backed me, the community splitting, her grip cracking. I crowdfunded $50,000 for fees, strangers cheering my fight. My dock a symbol of pushback against HOA bullies. Brenda's noise complaints and fake environmental report by another cousin tried halting my build, but triggered a state probe Judge Ellen Moore ordered, finding violations on 20 docks. Brenda's facing $92,000 in fines for size, wiring, and unpaid fees. Her sabotage a self-inflicted wound. The hearing was a circus, cameras outside, Pine Lake packed into the courthouse, rain drumming like a movie score. Vaughn argued my purchase was a grief-fueled vendetta, painting me as unhinged, but Sam's evidence, Brenda's emails, permit less dock. Her live stream gloating gutted him. Brenda took the stand, voice quaking. I saved lives, but Sam's cross-examination broke her, showing texts laughing off permits, her rant. I built it because I'm president, stunning the room. I spoke last, voice steady. That bridge was Ellie. Pamela took it, mocked her death, while breaking the same laws she used against me. My dock's legal for her memory. Judge Moore ruled fast. My purchase approved. Brenda's dock to be permitted or demolished in 30 days. $20,000 for my bridge, 5-year HOA ban. And a probe into all docks. Brenda fled reporters, face red, as neighbors clapped, Clara hugging me. You did it, Ethan. But Brenda's last gasp came 2 weeks later. Her cousin's eco-report claiming my dock killed fish, sparking the state sweep. Her $92,000 finds a boomerang. Neighbors like Nancy yelling, you cost us thousands. At an emergency meeting. 25-1 voted her out, her resignation a footnote to her fall. My dock rose, 50 feet of cedar, lights glowing, Ellie's plaque shining. In memory of Ellie Cole, outsmart, don't outfight. Loved by Ethan and Pine Lake. Neighbors helped build it. Beers shared on its benches, a new community hub. Brenda's house sold $80,000 low after 6 months. Her move to Georgia ending in another HOA ousting. Clipboard Brenda, a meme that followed her. She never permitted her dock, risking demolition, her fines unpaid, her legacy sunk. Pine Lake bloomed, flags flew, docks got permits, no fines for gnomes, Clara's potlucks packing my dock. I sit there at dawn, coffee steaming, Ellie's photo close, peace restored. Stronger for the fight. That bridge was love lost, this dock's love reclaimed, built on Brenda's ruin, legal and lasting, a lesson in patience over rage. But last month, a flyer hit my gate, and signed. Pushing new lake rules, Brenda's Echo in ink. I started PineLakePaths.com, our saga at 6 million views, tales of HOA fines for flags or lights. Brenda's gone, her Tahoe dust. But her kind lingers. What happens when the next bully sails in? Not with bulldozers, but quieter schemes. How do you keep your lake free when control creeps back? Drop a comment. Have you fought an HOA tyrant, stood for your memories, or seen justice dock? What's your story, and how do we hold our shore? Let's keep Ellie's light burning, because out here, peace is only as strong as the land you claim.